everything is finding wellness and fitness for me through dance, because that's where I found it. So being able to share what I do with kids and hopefully give them a chance to have what I have is an incredible opportunity. Feeling of empowerment, I feel like I'm able to instill in them. It makes me one happy girl.
She sold 15 million albums and 40 million singles worldwide to find fame with the Pussycat Dolls. Dancer Kimberly Wyatt is our guest in the studio today to tell us all about her role as an ambassador for the Youth Sport Trust, her life as a mum, and why she's so passionate about promoting women's fitness, health and well-being. Also on the programme, there were a few nerves for the crew, I can tell you, while we filmed this. None other than England rugby star and sailing novice Maggie Alfonsi was at the helm. Find out why the former flanker went from rugby skipper to boat skipper. The Great British weather delayed the start of the England and Pakistan series yesterday, but play's underway this morning and the latest is on the way. You've been in touch to ask when Women's Sport Week is this year. Well, we have all the details and we'll let you know later. Well, welcome to Sportswomen and welcome to Kimberly Wyatt, former Pussycat Doll and dancer who is now an ambassador for the Youth Sports Trust in the UK. Now, first of all, Kimberly, dancing is just such an important part of your life and always has been since the age of 7.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with it?
I was a huge fan of the Olympics. I loved watching the gymnastics. I loved watching the figure skating. I was really inspired by that. I tried other sports, but nothing really spoke to me. But when I started gymnastics, that dance school also offered different styles of dance, and I had the opportunity of trying it. And it's what made my heart sing. It's what made me feel like, I found something that speaks to me. And that's kind of what my role is now, is helping give opportunities to children so they can find what speaks to them.
Yeah, because it was so inspirational for you, and that's what you want to do with other children as well. Of course, you're best known for the Pussycat Dolls.
Yes.
That was what made you famous, really, even though you didn't seek that out.
Yeah.
But tell us about your journey through dance, the ups and downs, because there must have been so many with the Pussycat Dolls.
Absolutely. I mean, as a dancer, there's so many of us, especially in the States, it's ever growing. And I remember moving to Los Angeles and wanting to work as a dancer. I was this contemporary ballet girl, hair swept back in a bun and leotard and tights, and I entered the world of street. And the sort of ups and downs of being a dancer means you're going to be rejected 99 times out of 100, but you have to grow thick skin and have a love and passion for it enough that makes you just keep striving to be a better dancer, to be a better person, to be a better performer, rather than consistently looking for that fulfillment in the yeses of the people that you're trying to get jobs from. So it's a real personal discovery. Yeah.
And I can imagine it would actually have been quite depressing at times. There must have been some real lows with the rejection, and also things like, oh, your body doesn't quite fit actually for this role that we're looking for. It must have been difficult.
Absolutely. I remember being put on weight call when I was working on cruise ships and having to have weigh-ins every week because I was getting a little bit bigger. I remember kind of moving to LA in that street world. It was like all these fashionistas, I got to figure this out. So having to figure out what my vibe is and how do I make myself stand out at an audition that has 250 to 500 other girls and they're only looking for maybe 6. So it's a real struggle, and I think finding a balance of kind of being something that's going to get the job or going to get you where you want to go as a dancer, it's going to give you more opportunity, and still staying sane within all of that is kind of what's made me develop my WellFit campaign.
Yes, you must tell us more about that, because
Yes.
you're going to schools in the country as well. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so basically image anxiety is the key cause of unhappiness in kids. And so with WellFit, it's wellness and fitness through dance. I think there's a real space for dance within schools to help bring other opportunities for kids to find something that makes them feel good within a physical activity. And I love sports. I love playing basketball. I love to try netball. I love volleyball. Like I'm an athletic girl, but no sport really spoke to me like dance did. And I think if we can offer that as well as plant some seeds of wellness, can kind of give an awareness of our emotional health, I think it's really going to give kids kids a starting block to becoming happy adults.
And looking at the faces of the girls there, they were so happy, weren't they? And actually, you got a bit emotional too. Tell me how you find like the demand for dance in schools, because it can be a problem getting girls into exercise.
Yeah, it's becoming a real problem. I mean, one in 3 kids that leaves primary school is obese or overweight at this point. And kids, because of this kind of anxiety over their image, which I believe is stemmed from sort of social media, the pressures are intense. And kids really need those opportunities. So being able to go into schools and meet these kids and teach them how to breathe, teach them about emotional awareness, and bring dance to it. It kind of is teaching them things through play, and I think that's when kids really are able to soak in information. And every time I've taught my WellFit class, I go into a school of unsure, shy kids, and by the end, they're so ecstatic. They love it. They love to dance. They love dancing to music. They love working together. It's really sparking an interest and an empowerment within our schools, our teachers, and our kids that's making a difference.
And it's actually National School Sport Week.
Yes.
How does sport in the UK differ from sport where you grew up in the US?
Yeah, well, it does feel quite different, especially with the whole netball. I've never even tried netball. I would love to try at some point. And the focus in the States is so ultra competitive. It can be quite intense. And I think in Britain it's quite competitive as well, but it's not the pure focus. And I think that by being able to do sort of the WellFit exercises and showing kind of these basic moves, these are going to work within all sports. In States, we teach our footballers, you know, if you want that core awareness and movement, go to ballet class, because that's where it's going to give you that foundation. And there's been some football clubs that have gone to ballet class and seen serious improvement. So it's just finding ways to kind of keep it simple, keep it exciting, and be able to bring all types of kids from all sizes and walks of life to dance and have them kind of work together. That's the best thing about sport, is it brings people together, it unites them, it unites our differences.
Well, you mentioned football. You now live here in Britain.
Yes.
Have you been watching the football, the Euros?
Well, by default, I'm a massive fan because my husband is all about it. And yeah, it's been really fantastic. I missed last night's game because it was my sister-in-law's birthday and I drugged my husband out of the house. But the game before that, Sturridge just scored the best goal. I was so happy for him because he's had it with his injuries and everything, and it's been tough, I think, for him to find his confidence after that. Yeah. And I was really cheering him on, and being able to see him come back with his little victory dance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he didn't have the chance to do that last night, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, far more from Kimberly in just a moment. Well, many of you have been asking when Women's Sport Week is going to be this year. Well, we can reveal it is going to be from the 3rd of October to the 9th of October. And check out the website here as well. It's an opportunity for everyone to get involved with playing, delivering, leading or working in sport to celebrate. Kimberly, how important do you think it is to have a specific Women's Sport Week here in Britain?
I think it's incredibly important. I think women really do need a platform and an opportunity to be heard, seen and celebrated, and to have a week dedicated to that is definitely a step in the right direction.
Brilliant. Well, Kimberly Wyatt, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us, and of course, best of luck with your role as an ambassador for the Youth Sports Trust.
Thank you.
Watch all the latest women's sports headlines and breaking news on Sky Sports News HQ.